Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, grasshoppers. It's time to hit the books again. We may do some game analysis based on yesterday's rapid marathon that I played. Let's see how we finished up. I think I lost rating points. Let's take a quick peek. "22 games. Ended up 81st. When I left, I was in the top 4 pages. But I really couldn't complete the last 3. Somehow I gained 4 rating points. That is a small gain. As of today, trying to set up the stream, trying to get ready for the stream, and playing a game at the same time, a very hairy game. I lost 5 rating points. What? Lost 8 rating points 2 days ago. Did I not play yesterday morning? No, I did not play yesterday morning. Make sure I'm in. Did I not get paired? Reload? Okay. We have forgotten to enter the tournament before. That much has happened. So yeah, I played 22 games based on a certain theme that I wanted to play: the French, the English, and I don't think I got a single D4 for a great period of time. In fact, I got 2 pseudo-Londons. I got a lame Tory attack, that is knight f3 on move 2 and bishop g5. And I got a London that I think I won as black. I'm not sure if I won against the lame Tory, but I might have. I think my last game yesterday, 21-145. I beat a nice master. That was really good. Was that the lame Tory? Yeah, the last game was the lame Tory. There's no pin on the pawn. For those of you interested in the Tory attack, which is a better version of the London, for example, the London can only be played against this structure, in my opinion, effectively. All the other structures are equal for black. Black has a much more enjoyable time when they play knight f6. And white tries to play bishop f4 because of c5, and there's no outpost square. The pawn can always go to d6. This is way too loud. Way too loud. There we go. I don't know if it's too loud for you. I guess I'll check it now on stream next time. So meanwhile, and against this particular situation, right? This, ladies and gentlemen, is the official Tory attack. The concept is to exchange the dark squared bishop for the knight, place the pawns on dark squares, and then cycle our pieces into. I think I hear that I've been paired, but I don't necessarily know where that sound came from. I did get paired, but we're answering e4 with e5 at this point. And we're following the recommendations of a particular player. Oh no, not this guy. What can we play that he has not seen before? I don't know. Alright, what's going on here? Is this coming from my phone? Let's see. We're going down. It is coming from my phone. That was quite useful, actually, except for that echo. We will look up immediately after this what our repertoire is supposed to be for as black. But it has given me an idea for a new systematic series of training. What? We lost a pizza. Okay, we didn't lose a pizza. We came close to losing a pizza. Moment of truth? What? It's just trying to ruin my pawn structure? Is that what you're up to, sir? You're trying to ruin my pawn structure? Is this hanging? Hold on here, we have to think about this for a moment. I like my bishop pair, though. Is it going to be worth it? Yeah, I'm willing to sacrifice a pawn in order to keep the bishop pair. Moment of truth. It may not have mattered. Yep, I could lose this game. That much is true. Can I do it this way? I'm still keeping my bishop pair, mind you. Now at the cost of 2 pawns. So was it worth it for me to capture first? Allow the rook to go to d1. And then get my stuff in? Good question. Not again. I have been noticing that Charles Numero Uno is falling to tactical tricks, and maybe he does need another round with my book. He cannot be allowing these tactical tricks. This is his whole day yesterday. I looked at his games, and he is allowing these tactical tricks. He is not improving his pieces. And of course I want to simplify. And he went to the wrong square. He was supposed to go to c3. c3 so he could play b4. Oh no. Do I want to do it this way? I do want to do it this way. What did he do that for? Am I trapped? I could be trapped. We could reach a little bit of equilibrium here. We may not be winning this one, folks. We may not be winning this one. Despite being 2 pawns up, because I went after that pawn. That was very silly of me. Well, maybe we are winning this one. Okay. Maybe we are winning this one. Who would have known? Piece trappage. Piece trappage. My greatest regret is that I'm not going to be able to give checkmate with a pawn. Wow. From dead lost in the opening? Okay, maybe not dead lost. I always warn students against using comments like losing and winning. That one is time for a Nico quote, by the way. Nico's quote very much applied to that game. I may or may not have done that to Charles. I told him he was winning, and that was the only thing I needed to do to win the game. I more or less told him he was winning, which is a phrase that pollutes the mind. Seriously, it pollutes the mind. We're going to look up all of these things later. We're going to analyze every single game. I did not get this one yesterday. We're going to research every one of these, and we're going to put each one of them into a repertoire database. Can I get away with this? I think I can. 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 It doesn't matter that I don't get this. We're playing a Con Sicilian. Really? You're putting your bishop on that square? Okay. I'm game, if you are. Let's just start off with a little bit with a hedgehog here. And he wants the c5 square. I need to decide how I'm going about this. Oh, I could hang a pawn. Let's let him make this decision for us. I could hang another pawn. We're just going to keep grabbing more space. And more space. And now for something completely different. Stopping the immediate d5. Really? I'm totally kerfuzzled here. But okay. This was part of the plan. It didn't occur to me that I would get it. At all. Never occurred to me, Moneypenny. Well then, am I not protecting against that? I thought I was protecting against that. Let's try to win a pizza. I thought I was protecting against this. I really did think I was protecting against it. E4. D takes e4, D takes e4, and my knight is hanging and my bishop is hanging. So if he plays e4, I have to ignore it. Let's dive right in. Takes, 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 takes. E4, DE4. Does not look good for my F2 square, but I'm running out of time. So I have to choose. The C5 square, the D6 square. And now for something completely irrelevant. "16 seconds, ladies and gentlemen." Yes. We got another piece in the action. We now have an advantage. Is that hard to believe? It's hard enough for me to believe that I have an advantage, because I was going after that rook. And the 7th rank. And a few other things, which I'll mention later. Not that any of these things are all that relevant, but my kingside is being attacked, so I have knight f1 to defend against mate. Am I worried? I am, of course, worried. Gaining time. Whew. Another game where we were on the edge of death. Absolute, utter, abysmal death. So the book I was using to study before today, or yesterday's, I was attempting to use the Informant publication based on the Arkhangelsk Shyaam Sundar's Arkhangelsk Rue Lopez for Black. It's a great repertoire book, an absolutely amazing repertoire book. I believe he gives lines against every single possibility, and it's a very light read. It doesn't overwhelm you. In other words, there's a lot of white space, so there's plenty of diagrams, and there's plenty of white space to be easy on the eyes, and of course pictures of the relevant players. Not too heavy on the variations and analysis. Chess Informant, ladies and gentlemen. E3. I'm going to stay with my usual course of action. It's very important to know these Caro-Kann positions. What? Ron avoided the Caro-Kann. We are now going into a bit of a Maroxy. Where the knight is on f3. So let's think about this, ladies and gents. I'm going to have a roadblock here if I'm not careful. Maybe, just maybe, we can exchange off his light squared bishop. His light squares may become weak. That'll be okay with us. Now we'll start attacking those white squares. Knight to d5. It is a move. Should have gone with a5, a4 though, to be honest. Yes, there is only one small tactical trick here. There's not much to speak about or write home about. So let's see, on this move, that move, this move.
Paulie said,
Good morning.
Hi Master Chess Dojo.
Paul 184. So he stopped my plan. I don't want to give away the bishop pair just yet. Fascinatingly enough, I do not wish to give away the bishop pair just yet. Alright, so now do we get what we want or don't we? We'll know in a moment if we get what we want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want, what I want, but not yet. I'm not going to tell you what I want, what I really, really want just yet. Takes. I do want the center pawn. That much is true. Don't have much of a choice here. Can I? Can I? I'm getting frisky. I don't know if I like it. Yeah, let's exchange off his good bishop for what it's worth. We have two center pawns. Not a lot to write home about. We're trying.
Paulie said, how many times have you played against Ron Hay?
Not enough. Knight e5 is really what I wanted, what I really, really wanted. Darn it. So let's do this again with a gain of time. Let's do this again with a bit of a gain of time. Sorry, Charlie. Whoops. Where do you think you're going, sir? This doesn't necessarily hurt my my options to get a rook to the open file. The outside pass pawn. Ron does often outplay me in these endgames, by the way. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. Oh, I lost a pawn. Oh my god. Can you believe that? I lost a pawn on that deal? May have lost another pawn on that deal. What? Dudovich. Am I at all worried about this? I am. Of course I am. We've got two passed pawns on both sides of the board to be concerned about. Uh-oh. Did I do this to myself? I did do it to myself.
Polly said, endgames are challenging enough in classical chess. I don't know how people play them in blitz when they have only a few seconds to think.
Oh no! Is he doing that to me? Ron is doing that to me. Alright, I admit it. Ron has me here. I think of it the reverse way, Paul. And this is something you really do have to, like, shift your mindset. The opponent does not have enough time to think. We have plenty of time to think. The opponent doesn't have enough time to think. Notice how I was doing very okay in Ron's time trouble. Unfortunately, I made a mistake, and that made the game a lot easier. I know the generic structure that I want to obtain. This is a brand new structure for me.
Polly said, I always feel like I am inferior to my opponent.
That you do. That you do, sir. There's no doubt about that. I can only get away with this fast-moving expansion on this side of the board because let's see what happens here. This is a very common maneuver, by the way. can only get away with this maneuver because there was no knight on c3. Very, very interesting facet of the English opening. Don't worry, we have more where that came from. We do. We do have more where that came from. Trying to obtain a preponderance of center pawns. The primary objective. Center pawns. Yes, yes, yes. It's a bummer. I admit it. Arg. Is he going to do what I think he's going to do? Gotta keep an eye on that. He's trying to win my exchange. Darn it, he's going to do it too if I'm not careful. Not a fan of this particular position at all. Alright, so now the moment of truth. This is very sketchy. I am losing material out of this deal. I admit it. I admit it. There's nothing I can do about it. That rook f2 move was absolutely atrocious. Really? Where are you going? Oh, you're doing that to me. Alright, fine. I will take that loss of a pawn. Let's just keep it up. I don't have rook a2, do I? Let's just keep moving. He's got a preponderance of pawns. Where are you going, sir? It's never too late for a smidgen of Gegenspiel. Just a smidgen of Gegenspiel.
Holly said, I have another birthday for your calendar. Ihor Samyunkov June 15th.
That's cool. Go back. Yeah, I should have gone here in the first place.
Said, he is playing at Beale.
Igor Simunkov. Really? Oh no! Is that true? Did I do that? Hold on.
Pegasus Sway.
That's really annoying.
Paul 1E4 483 games 9. Holly said, that's a lot of games.
Alright, I feel like I lost that game right toward the end. Like I had a drawing opportunity. Where was it? King G3. Yes. Oh no, I should have just taken. And I move into the square. How silly was that? The one thing Magnus doesn't know about, the square of the pawn. Arg. $483 games. Yes, Ron and I have played 400. He should be plus 30, I believe. Let's take a quick peek. No, he's plus 40. Oh no. He's been pulling away from me slowly because I played terribly.
Holly said, Pegasus Sway, congrats on second place.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Hay. That's given a lot to this stream. He is one of the legends. Aye, aye. Let's see what we did to deserve that. What happened to Charles? He was falling for a lot of tactics.
Paul 1E4 THX and Karen Artax.
And he's playing the Evans Gambit, which is actually quite a terrible opening in reality. When you're playing against good players... Alright, let's just say that you don't have... I mean, you can play against bad players and still have difficulties. You're creating more difficulties for yourself than you need to when you play the Ruy Lopez. It's so much easier. When you play the Ruy Lopez, you're not disrespecting your opponent. You're biting off a little bit more than you can chew with the Evans Gambit because A, you're down a pawn. B, it's geared against players not having ever experienced the Evans Gambit. But in the Elite Chess community and online, many of the opponents have experienced the Evans Gambit. So it's awkward. So I blundered 2 endgames. I'm almost willing to wager that I blundered the other one as well. That I had chances against Ron in this endgame that I did not take advantage of. Like, I thought I had done everything correctly. Queen e5 was an error, huh? queen e3, queen e5. So I should just play bishop
Paulie
takes c3.
said, 5
Queen
years
takes.
ago the first rated game I played was the first time I played against the Evans Gambit.
Queen takes a2. Just queen takes c3 and queen takes a2 because I have the first rated game. In the very first rated game, that's pretty crazy. You got a good initiation. Yeah, almost everybody has experienced the Evans Gambit. I can't take on a2 because I would get mated. This would happen to me in a bullet game, as it turns out. So queen a5, look fe1. Now it's possible that I could be better. I should be going knight e5 for the discovery on the bishop. Yeah, I'm positive that knight e5 is better. So we reach this position and I should anchor my pawn. I should anchor my knight. I don't need to move it out of the center. I should just anchor him. Worried that he has knight to b5, but then he's giving up all the pawns, and that's not a big deal. In fact, I have d4. Oops. So yeah, knight to b5 is not such a great move, because I have e4. Maybe he gets 2 pieces for the rook, and that's a pain in the tuchus. If I take, he takes, and I play e4 then. He has to retreat his knight. Trying to do this without the engine. If I take and he takes, and then I played e4. All these weaknesses, I don't know where to begin. I want him to have to capture there. My f7 square could become weak. Don't like it. Don't like it one bit. You know, that one, I wish I could delete it, but it's not a study. I've looked at it. I can't undo it. So in any event, I relocated my knight. Really, I should just play e6, right? Should I just play e6? Is that the story? Oh, knight takes c4 because I'm attacking his rook. Of course I'm attacking his rook. He hung a pawn. Oh my god. And then of course I died to the marathon that is. Now I cross and cover. Now the man is to lose a pawn anyway, if I'm not careful. Rook to e7 loses a pawn anyway.
Prepare to meet your doom on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Prepare to meet your doom. I think that was all the days, by the way. I'm going to rewind it.
Prepare to meet Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Pegasus Sway said. Black is doing well in this endgame.
Yeah, I missed my chance. So I blundered and played King F8. I did not feel so bad in this position either. I don't think I had to go to that square. I probably could have tried to barnacle for this. And then I blundered a pawn here. That was an immediate blunder. And then I blundered another pawn on top of that. I didn't play what I should have played on top of that. So then I blundered a pawn after I blundered a pawn because I was so concerned about knight to d5. I had a Charlie Fisher moment. Because now I lose another pawn. And it's official at this point that I'm losing the game. Nice endgame, Ron, though. You really did outplay me nicely, despite the fact that I thought my bishop was doing okay. There are just too many passed pawns. The outside passed pawn was too much. Ladies and gentlemen, Ron Hay. What else could be happening here? So, my performance was appalling. So this was a game I threw away earlier too. It's pretty crazy. And I got everything that I ever wanted out of this opening. It doesn't like this move. Wow, double question mark. Am I really losing a pawn out of this deal? Or he just blasts me in the center. And he's got bishop to c5. Ay, ay, ay. Could be worse. I could be losing more than just a pawn. Can I try to hang on? With queen to d3? Know that I'm forced to trade queens. And I lose a piece on this one. So I can't let that happen. Yuck. Weak back rank, weak everything. So I really thought I was doing well. So was this the wrong night? I did look at e5. I looked at e5 for quite a while. Remember, I was trying to set up the stream when I played this very first game. Just felt like this pawn should be hanging. Let's go back in time here just to make sure that this pawn isn't really hanging. So on d takes e5. Aye, aye. Is it starting to get very wide in here? I am. I'm not that white yet, but I'm getting there. So let's see here. F5 is the obvious idea, I guess. His knight is offset. But then what? G4? Makes sense. Yeah, this is probably crushing. He's down a knight, down a bishop. Or Karen is down a knight and down a bishop. Yuck. Karen, by the way, is not necessarily a woman's name. In many other countries, it is a man's name. I'm now -1 against Karen. What is that flag? Is that...
Pegasus Sway said, "It's hard with endgames. You think you have a good knight, but all of a sudden it's captured by a bishop because of its favorable movement on the board."
Exactly. Alexei, how are you? Good morning.
Everybody seems to know how it is, like a movie that's over before it even begins. I spend a lot of time thinking about why you
So I'm still doing okay.
turn the script, transport to unknown. I don't know where it
What?
goes. My heart ran away a long time ago.
I could play bishop h3. How silly of me. Wow. I did this whole knight maneuver to go to f3 just for this. Like, this is where I am right here. In this position, I put my knight on f3 just for that position that we were just looking at. I saw all of that happening. The queen invading, checking, knight g4, and then I played knight f3. So I calculated this thing, and I thought for certain that was why I needed to reach that position to put the knight on f3. And I didn't need to. I was probably lost for other reasons, though. Right here, actually. So it doesn't believe in this maneuver at all. I should just play knight e4 and exchange off that knight one time.
Pegasus Sway.
I could just
Says,
exchange the knight off.
"When you play e4, I think don't. Black has nxd4, dxd4, d5, bc5 looks good."
Yes, that's correct. Because he has a b6 in. I can't play d4 against the English attack that easily with my king exposed on the f-file. Ah, you're absolutely right, Rob. I played this whole maneuver, and I was mildly concerned about knight h5, by the way. So queen to g4. Oh, and I'm okay here. All right, fine. So anyway, we reached this position. And then I actually thought that I had Gegenspiel this way. But I'm losing this pawn. I'm just worse like crazy. Queen e4. I went for the two rooks. I went for the two rooks and trying to get my bishop into the game. But his knight comes to f5 and I don't like it. I just underestimated that knight goes to f5. Did not really look at it well enough. Vampire Dojo. How about that? Let's go with Vampire Dojo. So I'm only down a pawn at this moment. Alright. So what's the story here? I should just double and put the pressure on. He has no way in. Try to re-zook him. I can't move a knight on f3 because it's mate in 1. Oh. Craziness. Yeah, f5 was such a lame move. I thought I was getting more Gegenspiel this way. I really thought I was going to be able to play rook to e6 at some point. Such a sad move. If he took, I wanted to play some move like rook e6, fe6, de6, and then pressure the bishop. That was my hallucination. How about rook to e7 straight away? Is that a good move? Oh no, he's coming in. If his queen comes in, I'm in trouble. I.e. if I play rook e7 then queen takes f4, and I'm being threatened with a lot of stuff on the back rank. And the short diagonal in many cases. I was more concerned about queen c1. I guess I have rook e1. But I still don't like my position at all. I'm just getting clobbered. I threw away that game. That was the first game of the day. And Karen had a great tournament. So good job, Karen. Charles, for some reason, should have just won this game. So this is all the main line. And I can tell Charles does not analyze his games after he plays them because he should be improving on all of these things. So for example, the standard move here to prevent queenside castling was bishop to g5, bishop to d6, and then we stop any funny business like bishop f6 with the move bishop takes h2 check. But instead, he played the very risky this, which should just be better for black. But I threw it away somehow. I tried to get the bishop pair, bishop d5, and even here, knight takes d4. I get to keep my bishop pair here. What was I thinking? Was I really worried about knight takes d5? I guess I should not have been. How silly is that? I was worried about, I wanted to keep the bishop pair the wrong way. So I'm clearly worse. Now I'm clearly worse, again. Well, there was only one other instance that I wanted to figure out whether or not I needed to play. So in this position, bishop takes, So here I was looking at rook takes d1, which is probably better. Just didn't want his rook active on the d file. So he saves the time by going after my pawns, puts his rook on the wrong file, and because of that, I get to win the game with a simple tactic, find the pin. If I don't add that one to my database now, I will not have it.
Pegasus Sway said, Re-8 nice.
Yeah, I felt for him here, that's for sure. I really did. I really felt for him. It's unfortunate. But I threw away the whole game. It goes to a dead draw. I throw away the whole game by putting my bishop on g1, allowing him to trap me. And then it should achieve relative equality here. Yeah, bishop c1 was a little bit of a mistake. It allows my king to come in. We should just lock everything up, make a waiting move. I will play the same move. But that pawn is inconsequential. I can't really win this endgame so easily. It's going to take a lot of work. I mean, I have methods of invading with my bishops covering, but it isn't that easy. Instead, he played some strange move like c3, and now I get to trap his bishop. So maybe I have the same option later on, but the bishop won't be trapped in here. The bishop can actually go out.
Now
All right.
said, hello there.
It may be time to switch up the music. What do you think? No more rock. I liked the first song and that was it. This is more like it. Nice, easy listening. No words. Namaste. Oh wait, that wasn't you. It was namaste. It was no words. I couldn't read it against my black backdrop. Wonder if I changed my dark background. Hold on. Moment of truth. Wonder if it's the dark background.
Now words said, or was it?
Yes, it is the dark words. It was you. No words, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, so I was pretty lucky in that game to win it. I'm going to do another review of... Did we see Fausti?
Now words said, now words.
No words is not here. Beep. So, I believe I am leaving for Vegas tomorrow. What? I'm not allowed to take that pawn? Wow. Oh, I have to play a4 right away? I did consider e3. Just to try to batten down the hatches. But a4 right away. So I played bishop to b2 and nearly lost the exchange. And he didn't take my rook right away. Then I put my rook on the worst possible square. I guess it doesn't matter. According to the engine, I only had that square. I looked at everything. I guess I only had that square. I can't allow F4. And here everything got compounded. I can play D4 later. Knight to G4. Oh. Activating all of my pieces. Silly me. Just accept the loss of the exchange, John. Accept the loss of the exchange and keep moving. Very sad. So then I don't think I ever quite came close to recovering in this game. I just got waxed. I had some small chance with the queen side, and that was about it. So here, rook takes f5. And I get to threaten mate. But I didn't really want his stuff. On my second rank. Let's look at the continuation they're proposing. Well, I can just move my rook far away and I lose this the normal way. I can lose this the normal way. Two connected pass pawns. Threat, winning the rook. I guess it doesn't win the rook, but it definitely takes everything that I own. It's a funny thing, checkmating a man. Taking away his whole game. Paraphrasing the unforgiven Clint Eastwood. Yeah, those three players definitely had the better of me. So yesterday's games were all
Pegasus
pretty
Sway
good.
Said, is this song copyright https www.youtube.com watch v21 qpsk7 lrm4?
Am I going to find out on stream? I will have to let you know about that one. I don't know. There is a place to check online, believe it or not. Hold on, where's my Discord? Why is my Discord not open? Usually it is.
Pegasus Sway said, Juga o Capablanca.
Oh yes, that is definitely copyrighted. I don't have to paste that one. I can't check it on stream. I did use it briefly. I tried to use a couple of Yuga songs. I met her in 2016
said,
when she
Pegasus
first came
Sway,
out.
The question is, does YouTube consider it copyright?
Oh, it's definitely copyrighted. All of her music is copyrighted. It has a definite copyright. She does not have a common creative license available for her music to be used in other creative use streams. So for example, I'm able to use a lot of really cool music from YouTube, or I was able to, but as I went over 500 in subs on YouTube, and I do want to be over 500 and over 1,000, much of the old stuff is going to be taken off. All of the old stuff will be taken off, and I have to probably mark all of it private. Anything that's really, really old.
now words. Said. We just make parodies of everything.
There you go. Where were we? Yeah, the lame Tory attack, the gossip variation. Really? So in this position, knight takes and queen c2. I meant to look this up. He just let me have the pawn, so I took it. And I did think that I was getting into trouble here. Queen to d6. I didn't realize that I had that move. Otherwise, I would have played it. They lost a pawn to a tactic, right? So one of those things I did not know about was just that I could actually thump this down and see the entire ply of the analysis move, which is quite lovely here too. One of these days, chess.com will reach the 21st century with its playing interface. I just can't. Yeah, he tried to play the Dubov-Terao, and it doesn't work here. So in this particular position, because you've avoided the Dubov-Terao, there's another line here too. I think when I was faced with this position, I even tried bishop g4. All of these moves are better.
Holly. Said. BRB.
Thank you, Paul. Yeah, the Rapid Shield Arena. I did okay. Had a performance of 2180. Gained less than a handful of rating points. That means less than 5. I do need to take care of a few things though today. Well, what happened to my board? Clicked on the wrong X. Where are we in the Puzzle Street category? Is this just mate? I'm sure that rook takes a2 now would not have won, probably.
Kingslayer Sloan. Said. What's up,
Rogan,
John?
good morning. I just opened Discord. I saw that I missed a message from you. Yeah, I'm actually, this is a tough time for me as well, because during the summer
Is it the Karpov system against the Terao setup with G3, etc.?
Is that what it's called? Is that what that was called, without knight c3? Yeah, it could be called the Karpov system. I haven't looked at the Karpov English as much. I almost always play I I almost always played a different system against certain lines like that. I never really tried to face or allow black to get such Catalan positions previously. So all of this is new territory for me. But how are you doing, Roken? This looks very straightforward. This will tax his playing ability. 51 on the puzzle streak, ladies and gentlemen. 51. Am I being faced with mate at all? It looks like this is just very close to damaging his position incredibly. Threatening mate in 1 again. I realize we haven't done these in a while. I believe we just take on B2. We shouldn't get too fancy here. If we take on B2, and if they play Rook B1, we take the Queen. So I don't really see the point. Maybe I should have asked for some audience participation. I'm such a loner.
Pegasus Sway said, was there a system where black does c5 c4 that was played in Sweden a long time ago? Ghost as Stoltz, I think, among other things.
Yeah,
Pegasus
the Swedish
Sway
variation.
said, OBS wrong move. Pegasus
Thanks,
Sway
Ron.
said, John.
Yes, indeed. Profile. Yeah, we can look at that, but that's only against knight c3. Oh. Let's take a look if it was possible in that line. So let's see if this line was possible, right? So I avoid putting a knight on c3. So the line Ron is considering is it the early c4 or is it the 9th move c4? Castles. Hold on, we need the analysis board. So bishop e7, let's say knight c3. Now in this position, castles for black and bishop g5. This is the Swedish variation that I know of. It's recommended by Agard in the terrace defense. But it's a terrible system. It's very passive for black. Grandmaster opening repertoire. My tuckus. No grandmasters play this that I know of. I think after that he stopped with the grandmaster opening repertoire. Chessable is pretty much taken over. And then there is the early Swedish variation, which is this one. I'm not sure how much I give to this one, because it's a reverse Karl Khan Panov attack where black is up 1 move, i.e. black being white. I'm not looking for viewers, Unchant. Believe it or not. I'm only looking for people that want to improve at chess. You can tell me where the people that want to improve at chess are. You know what they're doing? They're studying. Unchants. Yeah, it was very sad to do that. very, very, very sad. Now, I hate to do this to anybody because this guy is better than me. I don't necessarily know what his story is, but I have never seen him streaming before. I don't know how new he is. But I'm very, very afraid that if I raid this fellow, nobody will come back to my stream. So I appreciate all of you very much, and I do hope that you come back to my stream after I raid this fellow because I like him a lot. And if I never see any of you guys again because you go to GM Bangsu, I understand completely. Ladies and gentlemen, the stream is powered by Chess Informant. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. The links for the YouTube channel are right there. And maybe I'll even put that comment on the Twitter stream as well.
Kingslayer Sloan said, "How do you do so much chessable?"
I do a lot of reviews, sir. I do a lot of reviews. But I'm also working on my book at the same time, so it helps me check in quite often. What else can I post it on? Threads? Do I have threads? I don't know if I have threads. But meanwhile, we're about to end the stream. Namaste, everyone. Please check out the Chess Informant and sub to the YouTube channel.